Folks, this fellow on the right has gone off the deep end in this hearing. Excuse me. Listen to
Time
this.
soon because of the damage you've done to the justice system. And I've talked to FBI agents around the country. You've embarrassed them. You've embarrassed yourself. And I can't help but wonder when I see you looking there with a little smirk, how many times did you look so innocent into your wife's eye and lie to her about Lisa?
Mr. Chairman, it's outrageous.
Credibility of a witness
Shame
is
on
always
Mr.
an
Chairman.
issue.
Mr. Chairman, please, there's
Mr. Chairman, this is intolerable harassment of the
what's
witness.
wrong with that? You need your medication.
The gentleman controls the time.
Need your medication.
He will be permitted
Did you
to
ever
respond. The
talk to
gentleman
Hillary
controls time.
Clinton during your investigation, besides the one questioning you mentioned, before that or after that to this day?
Point of order, Mr. Chairman. Point of order, Mr. Chairman. The gentleman will state his point of order. It is, I think, against the rules of the House for a member of the committee to be impugning the character of a witness.
It is not.
You should ask questions to elicit. The purpose of this hearing is to elicit information. You should ask questions to elicit information. Should not be impugning the character of the witness.
The gentleman is advised the rules of the House only are directed to members of the House and the President of the United States.
Therefore, in other words, it is okay to impugn the character of witnesses in any way whatsoever?
Well, listen, I've heard many members on your side of the aisle impugn the character of somebody who is covered by the rules of the House. But the gentleman, the gentleman has 20 seconds left. The clock will be turned back on, and he can complete his time, and then the witness can respond.
So if you talk to Hillary Hillary Clinton, other than the time she was examined in front of the witnesses?
No.
So after throwing away what you have with all the bias you have, you've never even gotten a thank you. I yield back.
The gentleman may respond.
Sir, well, that's quite a set of statements.
Mr. Chairman, I did not finish with a question.
The
There
gentleman,
was no question asked.
Mr. Chairman, he's been given the opportunity to respond.
the gentleman will suspend. The time of the gentleman has expired, and as I've indicated
The rules
earlier,
of our hearings are if there is a question asked during the time, the witness may respond to the question after the time.
the witness is going to be allowed to respond briefly.
That's a new rule.
Sir, first, I assure
No
you,
question.
under oath, as I spoke also during my interview a week or two ago, I have always told the truth. The fact that you would accuse me otherwise, the fact that you would question whether or not that was the sort of look I would engage with in a family member who I have acknowledged hurting, goes more to a discussion about your character and what you stand for and what is going inside you.
It's to your credibility, and you
why-
lost your credibility.
And while
You lost your credibility.
While
That's
I doubt
the
it
problem.
plays
The
well
gentleman
to
from
America,
Texas
I'm not sure it plays
the
well.
gentleman from Texas will suspend. The witness has had ample opportunity to express his feelings about that, and now the chair recognizes the
Mr.
gentleman
Chairman,
for
there is a
voice.
discussion about the representative's first assertion about what the ICIG said that I would like to respond to.
Very briefly.
Very briefly, I have no recollection of that conversation. I can tell you I am not a computer forensic expert. I can tell you that every allegation that we had, and ICIG was a great and close partner, every allegation that we had, whether from them or anybody else, was forwarded to experts who looked at it. The scores and scores of servers and BlackBerrys and emails and everything we got were combed over carefully by the FBI's experts to see if there's any indicia of injury.
But you don't recall
The things
going
you're saying,
over
sir,
those emails, correct?
Gentlemen,
Well,
will
I
suspend.
have no idea what you're talking about, and frankly, this
And the witness will
wrong.
suspend as
I
well.
do not know what you're talking about.
That
You
is
just
enough.
can't let a witness
The-
go on forever.
the-
When the fact is, you never did anything
Mr. Chairman,
about those,
order.
correct?
Regular order.
That guy's nuts.
You didn't do anything
Wait,
about it.
Sir, if there was a lead, I gave it to the team, unequivocally.
The gentleman-
There was nothing along
Mr.
the lines
Scruggs,
that
you
was
will
not addressed.
suspend.
Well, that would come out.
Mr. Gohmert, you will suspend. Mr. Deutsch, I apologize. I've been instructed by the ranking member that we're going committee to committee, so the next gentleman is going to be recognized, the gentleman from Virginia, Mr. Connolly, for 5 minutes.
This guy was